Hey there, it's Rachel from All About the House. If we haven't met before, I am an Etsy shop owner and a blogger. So in this video, I'm just going to do a quick run through of some of my favorite tools that I use to run my blog and my online business. So number one would definitely have to be Etsy. I've made 6 figures on Etsy, and it is definitely the go-to place if you're looking to start an online business, if you're selling things that you've made or supplies. You can sell supplies on Etsy now. So it's definitely a good place to start your online business if you don't have any clue how to do your own website and you want to see what the market wants, and for people to easily find your shop, Etsy is the go-to place. So next up, I would recommend Bitly. So in all of my Etsy listings, I have links to all of my other products. So if we just click on this one, for example, I have links to all of the products that are included in this bundle. And it looks really messy on Etsy if you just copy and paste the link of that product. It'll be a really long, so that's the shortened version, but if we go to the original product, it'll be a really long URL link. If you start putting in a lot of those in your listings, it looks really messy and clunky and cluttered, and it looks really shit. So what I like to do is copy the URL, so just left click in that top URL bar, right click copy, and then go to Bitly, and then paste that link in here. Bitly is free, by the way, and then all you need to do is copy that link, and that's what that shortened version looks like. So it will take you to that same product page, but within the listing it doesn't look as long and messy. So for example, if I keep scrolling, here's all my links, so there's a shortened version, and then people in my listing can go and click on my other ones, and it takes up way less room than if you've got the full URL. So that one's Bitly. The next one that I use is Backblaze. So I sell digital products, I sell digital printable planners, so I have a lot of files on my computer. I've created thousands upon thousands of printables, so all of those digital products are like my income. So if I lose those files, I'm screwed. So obviously I want to back up my computers, so for that I use Backblaze. So this is a really affordable cloud storage. So basically you sign up for it and then you download it, and in the background on your computer it will automatically back up. You can choose how often you want it to back up, and it will automatically save all your files for you. So if something happens to your computer, if it crashes, you can just go to the last backup and all your files are still there. So that's a super affordable and definitely essential if you have an online business, regardless of whether you have just digital products. If you sell physical products, you need to keep track of all your records, like for tax purposes. So I do highly recommend a tool like this. It can be really annoying to remember, oh, I need to save these to a backup hard drive, and I often would forget to do that. So I like that this is just automatic. It runs in the background, doesn't slow down my computer. Backblaze is one. There are lots of other ones as well that you can try. So the next one is Bluehost. So I do have my own online blog which I use to promote products in my Etsy shop. So this is my blog and it runs on Bluehost. So you can do a blog on WordPress, but then the URL will say .wordpress.com, and it looks really tacky and no one's going to remember to put the .wordpress in, so people will have trouble finding your blog. It also looks really unprofessional and people know that it's a free blog, and it looks like you're too stingy to pay the literally a couple dollars a month for blog hosting. So Bluehost is really affordable, it's really cheap, and if you pay the annual plan or you do like a 3-year plan, it becomes even cheaper. I think it's only like $2 a month if you do that, and if you are starting a new one, you will get a free domain name as well. So that's what my blog runs on, Bluehost. So the next one is obviously Photoshop. So I use Photoshop to create all of my printable planners, to create preview images. So for example, for that bundle image, I create each of these little preview images in Photoshop of all the printables that are included in my kit, and then I create the bundle image as well. And then I also make patterns in Photoshop, which I have an e-course for. I don't know where the link's gone, it's in here somewhere. I'll include a link below this video if you're interested anyway. So I do make my own seamless repeating patterns in Photoshop. You can make like clip art and graphics and all those sort of things in Photoshop as well. So I highly recommend Photoshop. It is really affordable, and it's non-negotiable. It's a must-have. You've got to have Photoshop. Right, the next one is Teachable. So I do have online courses, like I mentioned before, an e-course on how to make patterns in Photoshop. I also have e-courses on how to make party printables, printable labels, how to write product descriptions for your Etsy shop, and all of my e-courses run on Teachable. Now, I'll admit it is a bit pricey, and I do think that it is a bit of a rip-off, but I'm happy to pay that because when you look at the other e-course platform alternatives, most of them don't host the videos. Because all of my e-courses are video based, because obviously I'm showing my screen what I'm doing in Photoshop and teaching people how to do things in Photoshop, I have a lot of videos and it's predominantly video content. If you look at other e-course platforms, you have to pay for a site like Wistia to host the videos, as well as pay the fee for the e-course platform. So it actually ends up being more expensive than Teachable. Teachable does take a percentage cut on every e-course that you sell, as well as a flat monthly fee, so it is a bit pricey, but if you do sell a lot of courses, then obviously you make a lot of money from it, because you can sell e-courses for a high amount, so then the amount that you pay becomes immaterial. So I do recommend Teachable for an all-in-one solution for selling online courses. The next one is BigCommerce. So this is what I use to run my online shop. So I have my own Etsy shop, and then in addition to that I have my own website. So this is my website and it is run on BigCommerce. I just picked, I think it was their classic store layout theme. You can add pop-ups, which is great, and then get subscribers. And this is just their simple, I think it's just literally the basic shop layout, and then you can customize it with whatever colors that you want. People can rate your products. You can offer free downloads, which you can't do on Etsy because people will still have to pay like 20 cents or whatever the minimum listing fee is. But through my online shop, I can do freebies for people, and I can do instant downloads through BigCommerce. So one of the reasons I chose BigCommerce over other hosted shopping carts was because they have instant downloads built in. So their pricing their pricing plan is super affordable, and it includes instant downloads automatically. If you go to another site, another e-commerce hosted site such as Shopify or 3D Cart, those sort of ones, you have to actually pay for their hosted shopping cart fee, and then you also have to pay for digital file delivery service. So it ends up being more expensive than BigCommerce. I will admit some of their store themes can be a bit limited in the layouts and the customization, and some of them you do have to pay for. And if you're really concerned about your shop layout and you don't mind paying extra if you sell digital products, then I would go with Shopify because they have more theme layouts. But if you do want a more affordable option, go with BigCommerce. My website still looks pretty professional and I'm happy with it. They've got really good customer service. They always reply really quickly when you get on the live chat with them. I'm quite happy with how my shop looks on BigCommerce, so I do highly recommend it. I'll include links below this video for all of these resources if you're interested as well. If you are concerned about the pricing, so like I said earlier, Etsy is a good place to start your online business, but you don't want it to be the only place that you sell, because if something happens, there's so many cases on the internet of people who've had their Etsy shop shut down, and then people do the inevitable, oh, where'd you get that from? And then people just say, I got it from Etsy, not I got it from All About the House or whatever the shop was that they purchased it from. So you do want to have your own online website in addition to your Etsy shop. So the cost for BigCommerce is super affordable. You can have an unlimited number of products, and they base it on how much you sell, so it's really cheap, and they also give you a discount if you pay annually up front. So I do highly recommend BigCommerce as an affordable all-in-one solution for selling online. So the next one is top hashtags. So if you sell on Instagram, you can search for hashtags and it will tell you how many people have used that hashtag, so you can garner popularity that way. But the other tool that I like to use is this one, top hashtags. So if we do a search, for example, for handmade, it will come up with the most popular hashtags to use, and it's way quicker than if you do it on Instagram within the app, because it will come up with all of them, but it won't order them in the amount that people have posted. So for this, we can see that obviously handmade is a hugely popular hashtag, and then it'll give you some similar ones that you could use as well for your Instagram posts. So I do like top hashtag. It's free as well, so it's super quick and easy to use. The next one would be Canva. So if you can't afford Photoshop, or you just don't want it, or you don't want to learn it, Canva is a free online tool which you can use. It's kind of like Photoshop but not as good. It's a bit limited in what it can do with regards to like aligning tools, and you can't do things like making patterns. So if you just want to make something quick like a blog post graphic or an ebook cover, then that's when I would recommend using Canva. It has pre-sized templates, so if you want to do an Instagram post, it's already got the size ready for you. Has a whole bunch of templates that you can use, and it also has pre-done templates that you can simply update the text or switch out the photo, etc. if you want to make something really quickly and you're not a graphic designer, or you're just not interested in graphic design, or you're a bit uncreative. The other tool that I use, which I haven't got open in a tab yet, is Marmalade. So Marmalade is what I use for market research for my Etsy shop. So I do have another whole blog post and video running through how I use Marmalade to do keyword research, pricing research, etc. So basically this is specific to Etsy. So you can use things like Google Analytics, but Marmalade is specifically uses Etsy data, so you can see on Etsy what the average price is for that product, who the top sellers are, what sort of products are selling, what keywords are performing high, so you know what tags to use. So this is a really good tool. The free version is actually pretty good. Normally the free version of this kind of software is usually pretty shit, but this one's really good. The only thing it doesn't tell you on the free version, which is unfortunate, is the pricing spread. You will need to get the paid plan for that. So that's basically the main tools that I use to run my Etsy shop, online shop, and my blog. So I use Etsy, then Backblaze, Bluehost for my blog hosting. Backblaze was to back up files, Adobe Photoshop for my graphic design, Teachable for my online courses, BigCommerce to host my online shop, top hashtags to find hashtags for Instagram, and Marmalade to conduct market research for my Etsy shop, find out what keywords and tags, etc. to use. So I hope you found this quick video helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know below in the comments, and I'll include links for all of these below this video as well, so you can go check them out if you're interested. Thanks for watching!